Significant innovations have always been created through interactions of various disciplines. There are great opportunities for development and unexpected discoveries. You just need to look for them purposefully and together. It is the interdisciplinary cooperation across disciplines and universities and the support of collaboration with companies that offer excellent innovation potential. At the same time, it can not only reveal new opportunities for universities, but also significantly influence economic development. Cooperation between traditional university disciplines and technical disciplines is of great importance for innovative development. Many of the world's leading universities have long realized this. For example, there is a broad collaboration between MIT and Harvard University. Some, such as the University of Lund in Sweden, have both traditional university disciplines and faculties and technical ones in their educational portfolios. In Prague, inter-university cooperation between Charles University and the Czech Technical University, and with universities just such as the University of Chemistry and Technology, the University of Economics and the Czech University of Life Sciences, may be essential for the future. New technologies such as PET, CT, magnetic resonance imaging, radiosurgery have fundamentally changed medicine. Since my studies, they have penetrated routine diagnosis and treatment. However, technological development is also changing individual technical fields. For example, mechanical engineering today is computer-aided design, simulation, nanotechnology, new materials, and robotics. And so new opportunities arise for academic cooperation in the development of breakthrough technologies. Why shouldn't a development center for robotic surgery be established in our country? I met with the Dean of Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Professor Michal Valášek. Medicine is a biological discipline and contains a lot of art, a lot of intuition, but we must frankly say that the medical progress, which is really impressive during the last decades, largely depend on machines, on the development and progress of technology. And I think we should be aware of that and support further development and collaboration of these fields.
Certainly the different apparatuses and mechanisms and machines are the domain of technology and specifically of the mechanical engineering, machinery. And we are developing quite different such devices that I hope are helpful to medical application and to application of the art of physicians. Yeah.
Certainly they are, and I think that if we somehow could join our efforts in this field, that joining your expertise in machinery and construction together with our biological and surgical attitudes, knowing of human body and its anatomy, physiology, that maybe we could come to some progress which would bring really something new, because crossing of different attitudes usually opens a large field of possibilities.
Yes, it would be a great pleasure for us to cooperate, because I'm always fully open to any cooperation that is fruitfuling any effort. Yes, we are trained to design different machines according to specifications that are coming from the requirements of later users of such machines. So certainly something of that would be of great pleasure for us for such cooperation, and certainly the Czech machines, robots and other devices are I suppose, quite good from Czech industry.
Yes, and in fact, robot is originally a Czech word, so, and I think Czech machinery had always very good sound in the world, and Czech medicine as well. So it would be two nice disciplines and two very strong disciplines we have here in our country, which could bring really even to the country and to the development of research and medicine later big impulse and open new cooperation. So I would personally love it.
The same me, and maybe, I don't know, we can find some such topic in medicine. There are quite different devices, and even the robots are such very attractive discipline. That is
I think
maybe opening new areas for surgery.
Yeah, and I think if our faculty really opens even to this field, that it would be good even for the faculty and for those who work here, who do research here and who do medicine here.
Certainly, but such opportunity starts with the question: what can we do for that? What is unsolved problem? Is there some open new areas that can be captured if we solve something?
Well, I'm personally not surgeon, but from what I know from my colleagues, and we would definitely ask them precisely what would they need. But I think it's a sort of precision of use of these robots in surgery of some very small organs, vessels, in oncological surgery. So I think that here are the fields in which such development could really bring big progress for the treatment of the patients.
Yes, for example, the precision of robotics manipulation, precision of the pointing of robots at certain position is a topic of long-term our interest and research, and we have achieved significant improvement in this direction, which is based on our original ideas of redundantly actuated parallel robots and with as well redundant sensors, and we can achieve let us say one magnitude improvement of precision of industrial robots. So maybe this technology can be applied as well to medicine. But the question certainly would be whether we could bring it into some practical application across the barriers of many years of testing and so on.
But as I understood it, so the precision is made by sort of parallel part of the robot, which, so in fact, if I can say that you would be one arm of the robot and we would be the second one, so that we together could make such precision.
The idea is based on that one hand is weak and not precise. If we join two hands reaching this parallel cooperation, then we can reach higher rigidity as well the increased precision of the pointing of this joint hands. So maybe even it would be nice, a hands
nice symbol which has real importance. I mean, it's not just words, but really this part could help, and obviously it takes a long time, and it's a long-term project which is here also for the future, because we think about the future of your faculty, our faculty, of the research in this country. So we don't do it for our immediate gain or something. We really would like to start it for the two faculties, and I am fascinated that we are not far away in Prague. I mean that the expertises of the two faculties could be joined and bring something new, and I think it would be pity to miss any opportunity which can bring this collaboration between the faculties in general to development of something new.
Yes, we are just across the Charles Square, but the question is where we could experiment with that. I'm like in the medicine. So I have a very great respect towards any surgical operation on human beings. Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have human surgeons, but that the initial phases cannot be done like that. But I would just say that we are not only the hospital, we are also the faculty as a theoretical part with experimental research, which includes biological models, and we have devices and expertise to do such experiments in other biological models for which we have acceptable and very good equipment. So this could be probably the start, because that's true that the human use, it takes long time or longer time, but there would be conditions which could enable to start the process.
Yeah. So on special biological structures can be done such experiments.
We have cells, or there are animals, and of course it's regulated by very strict regulation, which would have to be obeyed or followed. But this is possible because it's normal biological research.
It will be great to have such opportunity to cooperate.
Okay, so I'm looking forward, and I'm sure it's not our last meeting, and we will see together hopefully soon to discuss this future, this possibility. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Is there any unique knowledge in the Czech Republic that would enable the development of original innovations in the field of robotic surgical manipulators?
Certainly the question whether it is possible to enter some existing market of products is a great question. It starts with the question whether there are some unsolved problems and insufficient properties of such product. Certainly always it is the price, but to start with the price is not a good idea. At the beginning there should be some fundamental properties that are missing or insufficient. I have heard that for robotic surgery, such insufficient property is the accuracy of the pointing of the surgical device tool, because the current robotics surgery is capable to achieve the accuracy, roughly the accuracy of a human surgeon. The question is whether we can achieve something one magnitude better. Luckily, we have been doing such research in robotics at the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering of Czech Technical University in Prague, and the idea of usage of redundantly actuated and redundantly measured parallel robots is the way how to achieve significantly increase accuracy and stiffness of such robots. In principle, if one arm, so-called serial arm, is keeping a device, a tool, and if such arms are two, so like two hands keeping the device or tool, such connection, such cooperation is much stiffer than one arm, and besides that, the inaccuracy of pointing of one arm and second arm are intersecting and such reaching the improved accuracy. This might be a principle that could open a way to enter such a market by solving these insufficient properties of accuracy. In fact, we have several patents describing such ideas of redundant actuation and redundant measurement of such devices, and this can be used for solution of such problem. Maybe if the robot is aware that comes from the Czech Republic, as well, there might be a new generation of robots that are coming as well from the Czech Republic.
I then spent a long time with Michal Valášek. He explained to me the possibilities of new visions for the new development of robotic surgical manipulators. I understood that by applying new unique knowledge, we could increase the accuracy of today's surgical robots by tens of micrometers. Surgeons would undoubtedly appreciate this in the brain, eye, vascular or urological surgery. It certainly wouldn't be right away. After a few years, the development would first result in surgical manipulators for small animal surgeries. But even then, there is already quite a potential for application, including commercial. The establishment of such a development center for robotic surgery in Prague at first sounds like sci-fi. But at first, all new visions seemed like sci-fi, which later brought new products and technologies. Professor Valášek, himself the author of many patents and innovations, went to the position of Dean of the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering because he wanted to achieve a fundamental change in the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering as a creative workshop for 21st century technologies. And he seems to have succeeded. Now, for example, the Faculty of Mechanical Engineering of the Czech Technical University cooperates with the American company General Electric Aviation in the production of aircraft engines, and Czechia and one of the universities are thus moving to the world's top in the aviation industry. I would also like our faculty to be involved in the creation of high-tech biomedical technologies in addition to excellent teaching. It can be several areas: modern simulations, top teaching materials, and even robotic surgery. In addition to prestige, it would also bring considerable economic resources that we could invest in the further development of the faculty.